SSA has rules that prohibit photography and videotaping in its spaces.
Yep.
You can record the exterior
And these are the
facility,
exceptions that make it okay to,
But this agency has specific rules that you cannot record in their spaces and
this
their
is
signage.
this is the specific
Sir,
exception right there.
This is for other federal buildings.
Welcome back to We the People University. My name is Abaya Israel, former police officer, former sheriff's deputy. Today's video is brought to you by a YouTube channel by the name of This Is a Public Service. If you have not subscribed to his channel, please show support and please go and do so. The DeLand, Florida Police Department and the Department of Homeland Security tag team in this video to violate a citizen's rights. The saddest part about this video is the fact that the officers were given the law, they read the law, but they still failed to understand what they were reading. So it makes me wonder, whose fault is this really? Is it the fault of the academies? Or is it the fault of the officers for not self-educating themselves once they came out of the academy? What do you think? Let me know your thoughts. Put it down below in the comment section. But for now, let's jump into this video. Look out for key moments throughout the video. Watch all the way to the end. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit that like button. Let's check this out.
This is a public service. Car number 57, DeLand, City of DeLand Police. You guys get a call?
Oh, good morning.
You're doing good.
We'll be able to.
Yeah, you got a call though? All right, cool. Did you guys get called here?
Yes, we did. How did you get, sir?
Do you have a card?
I do not have a card. My name's Officer Watts, DL824.
What about the other gentleman?
He does not have a card.
Does he have a name? Miss, don't be rude. So I got my clarity was, it wasn't the security inside that called you. It was FPS that called. They called DeLand.
It said a home security inspector, so I don't know if it was them personally or the security officer here. There wasn't a name left on the
Okay,
call.
fair enough. I appreciate that, man.
So that's what I know. So I'm gonna go try to figure that out.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not stepping on those grates. Oh. No.
I'm sorry. What was your name, sir? She wouldn't let me tell you. Let you tell me.
No problem.
Do you have a identification number? Thank you. I appreciate that.
So, I guess what I was just informed is that you have been trespassed from the property, and that is the paper that they are looking at there. I guess there was an incident the other day or something. I don't know.
There was. I need to know what they're saying now.
Well, no, because they do have.
I'm having a private conversation with them right now.
You're gonna have to go somewhere in private, man.
Well,
I need to know what's being said.
Okay, well, you're being trespassed from this property.
This gentleman gave me
Okay.
express permission to be here.
Did you?
I told him I would meet him here to discuss some things with you. But right now I'm meeting with them, so give us a moment and then I'll be right with you, okay?
Okay.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Well, we'll see, I guess.
No, you're okay. So you had questions about
I
the
did, yeah.
federal rules and regulations.
That's
as far as
correct,
recording.
yes. Mhm.
What's your questions?
Well, my question specifically is they were talking about the CFR that you mentioned and that I mentioned on the phone. So this,
Can I see that?
you may.
Where'd you get this?
Where did I get that?
Yeah.
I mean, you should have it.
That it's locked. So
Yeah, no, I don't want to spook them.
Okay. So what's your specific question? Because your activity is still prohibited even by that.
Okay, well, I would just take exception to it. So,
Okay.
so subsection C.
Okay.
So I was in the lobby that day. Well, I was in the foyer and the lobby.
Yep.
Well, technically, I guess I was in the corridors also,
Right.
depending on what you're going to call a corridor.
Okay.
And it says, recognizing the fact the public is allowed to photograph the interior building entrances, lobbies, and foyers. So this is carving out an exception for the press.
There is.
Yes.
However, if you look at right here,
Yes,
for
sir.
example, SSA, which is the SSA has rules that prohibit photography and videotaping in its spaces.
Yep.
You can record the
And these
exterior
are the
facility,
exceptions that make it okay to. This is
but this agency has specific rules that you cannot record in their spaces and
this
their
is
signage.
this is the specific
Sir,
exception right
This
there.
is for other federal buildings.
WECT6 News, when doing a report on this same story, states, "We then spoke to Patty Patterson, Regional Communications Director for the Social Security Administration out of Atlanta. To give you guys a quick update, this news station went to the Social Security office and attempted to film inside of the lobby, and they were denied. Patterson affirmed what Butler had told us, that it was against their policy for safety and security purposes to photograph federal buildings. We read Patterson the federal regulations and told her that if the images were being taken for news purposes, the federal regulation they were using appeared to side with us. She said she'd asked the media department but never got back to us. We then contacted our own attorney, a media law expert with Covington and Burling in Washington, D.C. Stephen Keel said that our interpretation of the law is correct and that we were allowed to get video of federal buildings within the parameters described in the law. So why are cameras the most hated thing in law enforcement? Because it allows you to hold them accountable. Cops hate to be recorded. This is the reason we should always record the police. Hold those accountable who try and hold us accountable.
It specifically addresses Social Security Administration.
It does, and it's saying right there that it's allowed.
It's giving certain exemptions, and you can record on the exterior of the facility and certain areas inside the federal buildings, not this federal building. So an SSA has and I'm explaining this to you.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
right?
that's why I'm here for clarity.
Okay, so I don't want to hem you up or anything like that. I want you to have a clear understanding of the law and our interpretation of it, so you don't get in trouble and we just...
Yeah, I'm just here for clarity.
Okay.
You know, I want my constitutional rights respected, and that's it.
And I respect them. So I'm going to explain to you. So for Social Security Administration, they have rules that prohibit photography and videotaping in spaces. Similarly, many in courtrooms, you can't go in a federal courtroom with cameras. It's still a public building. You just can't. They prohibit it. They have signs saying they prohibit it. Their guards will tell you they prohibit it. Our guard here is a representation of the federal government. She told you cannot record in here. And there's even signage that say you cannot record. Right? So that day specifically, you're in violation of, because you did not get their exclusive permission to record inside their space. You're in violation because you failed to obey the signs that are posted that says that you cannot record. And you're in violation of her direct order as a representative of the federal government to stop recording and exit the facility if you do not have further lawful business to conduct with the Social Security Administration.
Okay, I understood everything you said. Okay. I would take issue with, this being, this prohibiting that, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, yes. You can go to certain federal buildings, they have art up, certain arts.
Well, the thing is there's public information in there,
Okay.
so, I mean, access to public information, it shouldn't be withheld because I have a camera. I shouldn't be discriminated against because I'm a member of the press.
No, you're not being discriminated against because you're a member of the press. You just cannot, in protection of the public's information, people conduct private business with the Social Security Administration. Their Social Security numbers, their medical information, stuff like that. So in protecting their information, you cannot record in there.
I wasn't in an area that I could get any of that information.
But you were, because when you walked around the lobby, which you're not supposed to be recording there anyways, there's people at the windows, you can get their information, they're discussing personal information.
But I didn't.
I'm not saying that you did this specific incident or not.
Fair
I'm
enough.
saying why it's prohibited, why you can't.
Well, okay.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, no, I understood I understand everything that says. My position is that information at the top of the page about the Social Security Administration, that doesn't negate what it says at the bottom of the page. You know what I mean? So we're just agreeing to disagree is all I'm saying right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but you still cannot record inside the facility. You'd be in violation of 41 CFR.
41 CFR 102-74.420. What is the policy concerning photographs for news, advertising, or commercial purposes? Except, keyword, except where security regulations, rules, orders, or directives apply, or a federal court order or rule prohibits it, persons entering in or on federal property may, another keyword, may take photographs of space occupied by a tenant agency for non-commercial purposes only with the permission of the occupying agency concerned. Well, we know no one gave him permission, so that one's not going to work. B, space occupied by a tenant agency for commercial purposes only with the written permission of an authorized official of the occupying agency concerned. He has no written permission either. And C, building entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, or auditoriums for news purposes. So let's put it together. Except where security regulations, rules, orders, or directives apply, or a federal court order or a rule prohibits it, persons entering in or on federal property may take photographs of C, building entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, or auditoriums for news purposes. And for a man who has a First Amendment right and is acting as the press, he has the right to take photographs of the lobby because it's for a news purpose. But again, the Department of Homeland Security officer who actually read the same thing that we just read still did not understand this.
So can you provide me your name?
I'm not going to be doing that, no.
Okay, so you're agreeing you're not going to be going in there and recording?
I'm not going to go back into this location and record until I get until I get further
like
clarification.
I said before, a judge can explain that to you a lot
Yeah.
better than I can.
Yeah.
I could arrange that meeting for you if you'd like.
I appreciate that. And could
Just
you
so
give
you can get more clarity?
no. Could you give me the spelling of your name so I don't I don't want to misrepresent you when I publish the story.
You can spell it however you want.
Well, come on, man.
But I could, if you don't understand my explanation and you're going to be doing this again, it's probably best that a judge explains to you a lot clearer than I can.
Yeah, I'm not interested in giving up my Fourth Amendment rights. I'm just not. And 901.151 gives me the right to not give up my information.
I'm here to explain
Yeah,
it to you further.
I'm not here to violate the law in any way. I want to be crystal clear about that. I'm here for my constitutional rights. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
No problem.
All right, I'm going to get off the property.
Yeah, have a good day, sir.
You too. I am being followed actively. Here is a DeLand officer who is actively attempting to tail me. Why are you guys following me?
Well, no, I'm actually not. Did you hear anyone yelling in the woods over there?
Pardon me?
Did you hear anyone yelling in the woods over there?
I did not, no.
No. So now you're coming this way.
Was there a complaint?
There's a noise complaint about someone yelling. There's people back there yelling, but they said it was coming up this way.
Yeah, no, it wasn't me, man.
Okay. I was just, well, I know it wasn't you. I was just wondering if you heard anything.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear anything either.
Okay.
Right. You heard someone screaming in the woods. What really happened was this officer was trying to follow this man to his vehicle so he could find out who he really is. So not only was it bad policing, it was bad acting as well. You got caught. So guys, make sure you know your rights. As we see, the police don't always know the law. So it's up to you, it's up to me, for us to know the law and stand and defend our rights. And if you have not had the chance to see our last video, make sure you check it out. It's a good one. With that being said, We the People University, signing off.